Peggy 18.
Hi everyone, my name's Alex Hutchinson, Creative Director on Far Cry 4.
I'm Mark Thompson, I'm the Narrative Director on Far Cry 4. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, and welcome to Kyrat, our new fictional location. So in Far Cry 4, you step into the shoes of AJ Gale, who is returning to the country of his birth, initially just to scatter his mother's ashes before he gets caught up in what's essentially a civil war.
Kyrat is a fictional place based somewhere in the Himalayas, inspired by places like Nepal and Bhutan, and a bunch of countries from that part of the world.
So looking out there, one of the core things of any open world game, that sort of excitement and mystique and hope of an open world is, what is all that smoke coming from? What temples are out there? What secret locations? So we've peppered the world with different places to find, all of them filled with loot and secrets and collectibles and all that good stuff.
And of course, the open world of Far Cry is densely populated with a variety of different animals.
Beasts. And also that's some kind of yak. I don't even know what that animal was.
Yak, I believe.
Is it a yak?
With next-gen fur.
Next-gen fur, that's true.
Individually modeled hairs.
So you see here with the eagle, you won't see it in this demo, but you can be attacked from above for the first time in a Far Cry game. So we've tried really to play with verticality, to have threats above and below you.
And obviously you can still get involved in the ecosystem of the animals and hunt. And
you can throw bait now.
Yes, to attract animals. Yeah, and stuff like the eagle stealing the morale of the goat. Like, it isn't scripted, that's just what happens at the intersection of those two different AI systems talking to each other.
The goal being that every player tells themselves a different story, that they get different surprises, that they have a different story to tell their buddies when they come to work the next day or go back to school or whatever. So there are a bunch of new tools in Far Cry 4, one of which you'll see here is the grapple. We wanted to make something that allowed you to clamber over those annoying cliffs you sometimes came across in Far Cry 3, and something that would also lean into the much more vertical, much more mountainous regions we were building in this game.
And that was a pretty simple example, but the level designers get pretty crafty with the setup.
We have these areas we're calling adventure zones in the new game, which will take you to places like temples, which you can see from afar, and force you to use the grapple in sort of really interesting and different ways.
The auto crossbow is a new stealth weapon that we've introduced for Far Cry 4. It adds a little more versatility than the bow did in Far Cry 3. Obviously it sacrifices the long range for rapid fire, but it's still a super useful stealth weapon.
So this is one of my favorite bits. If you look down when you're meleeing in the new game, you kick. So you can do all kinds of fun setups such as that. Kicking things is hilarious. I expect people around the world to be kicking rocks, explosive barrels, dead bodies come November. Our goal really was just to provide as many tools as possible, whether vehicles or animals or weapons or goofy stuff, and let people fit them together any way they want.
Yeah, and we've snuck a few features in that fans of Far Cry 3 I think are going to be surprised by.
Drive and shoot.
Yes.
So drive and shoot, obviously it's a bit frustrating to be chasing someone forever and have to sort of drive in front of them, pull over and wait for them to get out. So now in the vehicles you can drive and shoot with any one-handed weapon. And you can also do driving takedowns from any vehicle, which I really like. So this idea of leaping from your vehicle into another vehicle, do horrible things to them, boot them out the side, and then continue on your merry way. You can now deliver death without even leaving your seat. So Wingsuit is still here, and it's really cool, as you see, and actually when the space became more vertical, it actually became more fun.
The mountainous environment means that there's a lot more wingsuiting to be found.
And hopefully you won't get it before the middle of the game. You will. Hopefully you will get it before the middle of the game. That's the current plan. But we are many months away from watching you guys abuse this online.
Means that there's a lot more wingsuiting to be found.
And hopefully you won't get it before the middle of the game. So here you'll get a look at elephants. Elephants are awesome. Probably my favorite animal in the game. Weaponized in many different ways. You can drive them into a rage, watch them smash the other characters in the world, or you can clamber on top of one and drive it through the gate yourself.
My favorite animal is the human animal.
It's very Far Cry 2 of you, Mark.
It's the Shark of Darkness.
So co-op is a massive part of the new game. It's one of our big ways of opening up the open world and letting you play any way you want. So basically, when you ask your buddy to join, all the solo missions turn off, and you're left with all of the open world toy, the outposts, the fortresses, the towers, all the quests to play any way you want.
All right, let's do this.
What do you think of the Buzzer, Mark, which is a small one-man helicopter?
It's very red. No, but it's cool because it gives like this almost like developer perspective on the world. Like you normally in Far Cry 3 you could never really see an outpost, or you couldn't engage with an outpost from this kind of vantage point, which is really cool. So the outposts from Far Cry 3 were like the template for the fortresses. They're kind of like bigger, better, more badass version of the outpost to
More badass.
to paraphrase Cliffy B.
Badassitude. So imagine charging that vehicle, atop the elephant as opposed to just watching it happen.
We spent a lot of money on that feature.
Be a lot of money. That
Perhaps
was
we could have put that in a video.
very expensive.
So thanks everyone for watching. We really appreciate your time, and we look forward to showing you a whole lot more gameplay in the coming months. The game ships, of course, November 18th worldwide on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC.